So in this video, I wanted to spend a few minutes looking at a new pen from Zebra called the Blen U. And this pen is essentially a follow-up to the popular Zebra Blen from about 2018, 2019. And this pen was a big deal at the time because it had this relaxing or calming design, which means very low vibration, a low center of gravity, a nice calm click. It was sold in calming colors. It was a really interesting design and remains one of Zebra's better pens. The Blen U came out in the fall of 2024, so very recently. It's also sold in calming colors. It's also a retractable oil-based ballpoint, but it has a few differences from the Blen that are really interesting. So the Blen U, and for the record, Zebra doesn't say what the U is for. It's not university or any of the popular abbreviations for U, but who knows? Anyway, so the Blen U was also designed with the design company that did the first one. It's called Nendo, and it is also retractable. It's also oil-based ink. It has 0.5 and 0.7 millimeter writing tips at this point, and it's only sold with black ink, where Zebra is using a new ink formulation for it. The pen itself is sold in these sort of like pastel and like calming colors that Zebra is using for the original, in addition to white, black, gray, and one or two others. So what's different with the Blen U versus the original Blen, which I'll put right here for reference? First of all, the clip has been replaced. The first one has an integrated clip into the button. This one uses a binder style metal clip. It works well. It kind of reminds me of the Zebra Sarasa clip, but it's kind of a little bit wider than that, and it has this integrated piece of plastic. It says the size right there. It's definitely different and not that sort of like sleek, calming design anymore. It's more aimed at performance. The original Blen did not have any metal components on it, which I think was a very conscious choice. The Blen U moves over to a metal writing tip, which means instead of having sort of consistent materials throughout it, obviously this is hard plastic, this is rubber, we're seeing a lot more contrast here. Metal, hard plastic, rubber, metal. It's definitely moving away from that more relaxed design. Pen still comes apart in the middle, and it is all plastic inside, but that writing tip is a very distinct departure from the original. The Blen U also has a new refill. It looks the same and it's cross-compatible, but the new ones are called the SY.5 and SY.7. Again, they're only sold in those two sizes now, and they're only sold in black so far. But this is a new oil-based ink formulation. It's similar to the other one. I think it's just slightly smoother. And they are sold separately. These are like $2 each. Pretty easy to find now. The Blen is not sold in red or blue ink. Again, it's just that black ink for now. There are some similarities from the old Blen to the new one, and those primarily have to do with a weighted writing tip. So there's a brass insert somewhere in here. In the old one, you could actually see that brass weight in there. You just take it apart, and here it is. It's not supposed to fall out, but once a pen gets to be a few years old, it will come out, and that's just this little thing here. It's not that heavy. It's hard to tell if it makes a huge difference or not, but the fact that they want to front weight the pens and add a lower center of gravity, that does make it less bouncy when you're writing, and it does, for me, lead to a smoother writing experience. The other big thing that was kept consistent with the Blen U was the insistence on a low vibration writing tip. So basically the tolerance between the refill and this tip piece is very good, so that the refill itself is not bouncing around as you write. And that's one of the things that really bothers people. These calm pens or relaxing pens, they always address that. The refill does not bounce in that little writing tip hole right there. And that is something that's consistent from the Blen to the Blen U, even though the Blen uses plastic, and you can see there's like a little liner there that keeps that refill even more secure. They have it here as well. At least the performance is similar as well, even though they don't have the plastic in there, just that piece of metal. The two pens do seem fairly different. You know, if I were to look at them, I would not think these pens were part of the same family. This one, again, hard plastic, no metal, kind of very smooth design. This one has the metal, different clip, it's thinner. I'm not entirely sure why the Blen U is a blend, but I'm sure they wanted to capitalize on the success of the original. Zebra says, for their part, Zebra says that the Blen U is for writing in situations where you are doing some quick note taking or something where you want the pen to aid you in lowering the amount of vibration and to calm down the writing experience. Again, that's probably quick notes and things like that. The refill, again, ballpoint refill, same design as before. So no difference there, just a slightly different ink formulation. As far as the writing experience goes, I like the Blen U. It's a good writer. It's a solid hybrid style or oil-based ballpoint ink. It's smooth and it is low vibration. Like they say, there's no shaking, there's no problems with the pen slowing down. It's a high quality oil-based ballpoint. It's like a Pilot Acro, like a Uni Jetstream. It's definitely a solid ballpoint. While I like the Blen U a lot, I'm having a little bit of confusion as to how similar it is to the Uni One. If you look at the two pens, you could see the tops are almost identical. So what do we see? Hard plastic from here to here. Spring-loaded clip. This one uses a wire clip, but spring-loaded clip. Hard plastic, spring-loaded clip, hard plastic button, hard plastic button. In the lower, we could see rubberized grip, transitioned to a different material, rubberized grip, transitions to a different material. Obviously, the Blen U uses a metal tip. This uses plastic. But Uni, in their upgrades to the One, with this is called the 1F, I believe, they did go to a metal writing tip. In this one, they dropped the rubberized grip, but essentially it's quite similar. The 1F is, it's a gel pen. The Blen is an oil-based. So they're not perfect similarities, but the two are really similar to me. So maybe the Blen U is more of a competitor to the Uni One or the Uni 1F, which I know have had their problems with reliability, but they have been quite popular. So maybe the Blen U is competing with that more than it's actually trying to follow up the Blen itself. You know what I mean? Maybe they're capitalizing on the success of the Blen and working with the Nendo design team again, but going after that Uni One. Again, that's just my theory. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. So I have the Blen U in the 0.5 and 0.7. I bought one or two of the refills just for reference. Obviously, there's no need. It's the same refill in here. And I've been using the pen for a few weeks now. It just came out maybe a month and a half ago, something like that. And I like it a lot. It's a solid ballpoint pen. And for the $3 or $4 it costs right now, you really can't go wrong. My main problem with it is that it doesn't really add to the Blen line. This pen is unique. It has a certain, I would say it's an opinionated pen, whereas the Blen U is, kind of just a solid hybrid style ballpoint. The clip is, basically the clip from the Sarasa line. The metal writing tip is very common. Rubberized grip's very common. So there's really nothing that makes this pen unique. It's just a good pen, whereas the previous Blen was, again, much more opinionated. I appreciate that this one has the lower center of gravity with the writing tip, and that is generally a good performer, but there's nothing about it that is super special. And given how unique the Blen was, I don't really feel like the Blen U was that unique of a follow-up. Cool pen, but not very exceptional, and I would say a bit of a disappointment given its potential. That's it for the Blen U. Thanks for watching.